So I just started this book, Forget the Alamo, because I'm interested in historical memory, but I'm also interested in like historical forgetting. I wrote a short story back in 2016 before, that guy was elected. And the whole concept that I had at the time was that there was a man with no name and that the entire culture forgot him. And I think it's a very interesting problem to think about, in terms of like, why would a culture forget? And I ran across this book from 2021, Forget the Alamo, which is, of course, about the myth of remembering the Alamo. What I did not expect in the introduction was that Phil Collins and Ozzy Osbourne would both play a role in the Alamo mythology. Oh my God. And I've just gotten through the first chapter now, which kind of sets up like, some of the background around, takes us up to about 18 or so in the story. And I'm sure it's gonna get good, but I'm also sure that people that believe that we should remember the Alamo are not going to like this book. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of You Never Forget Your First. And I thought that this is like that concept, but in the opposite direction. So if you have any books on like historical forgetting, I'm really interested in that, to see like, are there times when cultures should forget their past? Like, in this case, what they're actually arguing for isn't that we like forget the Alamo completely, but that we forget the mythology of the Alamo in favor of the actual facts, right? And apparently, historical, like academic history has not really talked about the Alamo. Like as late as like the 1980s, there had not been an academic history of the Alamo, which I just find that extraordinary. And I guess part of what this is doing, this is kind of like taking more of that approach. But I definitely am very interested in if you actually, especially if you have any recommendations for like, what do we remember? What do we forget? Are there things that actually we should forget? So check it out.